And here's section 3, which is 2-string fragments. So now we're going to be crossing over the strings, and that's going to involve some, well, string crossing and also inside and outside crossing, which I'll talk about as we get there. Here's exercise number 1, very well known lick. So this is a alternate picking chestnut. Loads of people do it. I've heard that Aldi Meola do it, Vinnie Moore do it, Paul Gilbert of course. So we have 3 notes on the D string and a single note on the G string. So this works on what's called an outside cross, where the plectrum is going down on the D string and up on the G string, outside of the string. Now that motion for me is relatively comfortable, so I can do anything involving an outside cross pretty well. The problem, as you'll see, is going to be the inside cross. Now because we are crossing over the string, you need to be extremely mindful of the synchronisation and make sure it is nice and tight. Let's try it slightly faster, 1-4-0 here, push it up a wee bit. Yeah, keep it tight, keep it in sync, and it'll sound pretty awesome. Let's do exercise 2, which is the reverse of exercise 1, involves our dreaded alternative cross, our inside cross. No one likes inside crosses, so I don't want to be inside cross. So the problem here, at least the problem for me, is you've got a single downstroke on the G string and then upstroke on the D string. And so the motion of the plectrum is inside of the string, where the plectrum feels sort of stuck or trapped inside the string. So for most players this is a problematic one. Some guys have got the inside cross completely sorted, and well, we should just kill all those people. But for those of us that got the outside cross together, it's the inside cross you need to work on. Which brings us nicely on to exercise 3, which is a sort of reversing idea, where the first time we play we do an outside cross and then it turns around and we get to do an inside cross. Let's have a listen to this one. 2, 3, 4. Right, so for this one, the first time you play it, that's going to be an outside cross, and you start lick again with an upstroke. And in that case it's going to be an inside cross, so it switches from outside to inside continuously backwards and forwards. It's actually something I stole from Troy Grady, a great little picking exercise of his. It is a stinker and it took me a while to get it good. Alright, exercise 4 is next, just straight 6 notes ascending, and we're going to go for 130 BPM. So that's dead easy. A, B, C, D, E, F, 3 notes on the D, 3 notes on the E, outside cross. So for me, straightforward. Exercise 5, the reverse of that, so it's going to be an inside cross. So for me, not so good. Number 5. Yeah, Yeah, called Widdly Diddly Licks. When we were first learning how to play the guitar, me and the guy I was in my very first band with, we called them Void Diddly Licks. Void Diddly is a sort of, it's like a blues lick. That's a Void Diddly Lick. And let's see, and Void Diddly Licks, which is basically. So that was a Voity Viddly, and then that was a Voity Voity, but this one is a Widdly Diddly. So you hear 16th note triplets, easiest way to remember it. Widdly Diddly, Widdly Diddly, Widdly Diddly, Widdly Diddly, Widdly Diddly, Widdly Diddly, that. 16th note triplet. And the next 4 exercises are rather nasty because we start messing around with the note order in our 3 note per string group, and this seriously disrupts the left hand. And you'll see exactly what I mean when you try and play these. They are unpleasant. Alright, this is exercise 6. So that's not a nice one. And exercise 7, this one. Let's play this with the track. I'm load the tempos here because it's quite difficult to play them very quick. 110 is the tempo here. It's a bit more circumspect. 2, 3, 4. As you can hear when I started playing that one, I didn't quite latch into it initially. It's a bit like a groove on a record. Once you get into that little pattern, you'll find that sometimes getting into it is quite difficult. Got there in the end though. Getting out was difficult as well. Here is number 8. Is this any easier? Maybe. Yeah, number 8. Believe me, when you try these, you'll not be happy. And then number 9, which is the last permutation here. Ooh, try and launch into this one. Yeah, alright, it's number 9. And then let's see what we got for number 10. It's a Paul Gilberty one, so we're back to a faster tempo because it's an outside cross, easy cross for me. The number 10, your body up. And let's see, number 11, yeah, a bit of a stinker for me because this contains the dreaded inside cross. So I'm going to lower the tempo to 120 here. It's this one. Some of these licks really are like little grooves you need to get into. So the first couple of times it's like trying to engage a gear on a car. It's maybe not quite in gear, and you get it in and then it's fine. It's a tricky one though. The inside cross is my nemesis. And exercise 13, it's just an extension. Actually, sorry, this is exercise 12. Exercise 12 is an extension of exercise 11. Let's listen. Alright, good enough. And let's see where we're at now. And here is exercise number 13, which is a sort of Vinnie Moore thing, stolen from Vinnie Moore. All these licks are stolen. Right, so a little bit of a tricky one, but it's an outside cross, so that one's alright. And then what we got? Yeah, we've got some ostinato patterns, which move across 2 strings, but down to 120 for this one. This is exercise number 14. 14. Alright, and it's exercise 15, it's like a reversing ostinato pattern, still 120. Oh, I missed that last note, never mind. And then number 16, we're flying through these now. I think 16 is a pattern of mine, original pattern of mine. Oh, is anything original? Or it might be an Yngwie Malmsteen thing. Right, anyway, here we go. Mind-blowing, like right. Alright, good. Where are we now? Where on earth are we? We are at number 17, which is some 4-note per string semi-quaver patterns. Alright, so we're going to go to 180 here, and it's sending up an A minor scale. Good enough. And then number 18 is just descending down that 8-note group. I'm going to stick with 180 BPM. Hands dying at the end there, keeping it going for that long. Alright, good. Number 18. Number 19, what have we got for number 19? Number 19 is a descending and ascending idea, really taking the last 2 licks and mashing them together in a Frankensteinian combination. Let's go for 1A2 initially, and then see if we can crank it. Maybe I'll crank this one quite far. Let's just see. Here's that 1A2, and my sticky fingers will allow the file to play. It's extremely hot in Glasgow today. There we go. Yeah, so that seems rather easy actually. So let's crank to 200 and possibly beyond. Do it for the day and beyond. Again, that seemed pretty doable. What do you think, Ed? Should we crank some more? Yep. 220. Oh, starting to lose the sync a little bit there. Let me just move back to the other plectrum. Sometimes the plectrum makes a difference, that's what I'm blaming on anyway. Let's try 220 again, and I'll just try this other plectrum. See if we can play it tighter. Yeah, getting quite blurry at that tempo really. And let's see, the next exercise is the reverse of that. I'm going to go all the way down to 170 after killing my hands with that last lick. Just for giggles, this is totally out of order. I'm going to go back to number 19, I'm going to crank it to what? Let's try 240, see what happens. I doubt you can actually play it at this tempo, but I'm just going to see what happens. You've got to challenge yourself, haven't you? So, we're going to revisit number 19. That's flew too fast. Right, anyway, load of mints really. And number 21 is next. And we're going to go for, yeah, let's go for 180 and then maybe 200 for this one. Yeah. Yeah, that felt fairly comfortable, so I think we can probably do 200 on this lick. It's 200. Yeah, fast, no doubt about it. And here is exercise 22, which for me is a nice easy one. Alright, so that was 22 at 180. Let's try 200. I'm pretty sure we can cut 200 here. Yeah, pretty much I would say it's in the pocket. Fast. And let's see, exercise 23 is just the reverse of that. Let's go back to a more sedate tempo. 170 for this one. Yeah, it was good, it was easy. See, a 170 feels like a much more sort of sedate and relaxed tempo. And let's see, number 24 is another Paul Gilberty one. And I think we can go for 180 here initially and maybe crank it to 200. Let's see what happens. And maybe 200. What do you think, Ed? Should we try 200?
Yes.
The voice of doom says yes. He's looking there like, I don't care, you know. hard to maintain at that. Okay, let's see where we are now. Right, so the next couple are pedal tone licks which go across 2 strings. I'm going to go back to a slower, but still fairly beefy 170. Here we go, this is 25. Sometimes with these licks, play them again and again and again, you start to just go a little bit start crazy. Right, anyway, here's 26, which is the reverse of that, sort of reversing pedal tone. Definitely feel with some of these licks the fatigue in the hand starts to set in just because of the nature of the motion. And here's exercise 27. The next 4 are kind of awkward messing around with your left hand things. So you're not going to like these. You have been warned. So number 28, changing the note order slightly, but the same sort of idea. You getting sick of this backing track yet? I bet you bloody are. See, number 29, another permutation, another horrible permutation. That'll do it for that one, and let's see number 30, which I really hate and I kind of suck at, but I'm going to try and play anyway. Here's number 30. Closer to that one is not as clean as the rest. I just have a problem moving that index finger down. Something to work on. Any of these things that you don't play well, just try and work on them until you can. Right, alright, so the next one is a rather weird 5-note pattern, but we're going to play it with 16th notes, right? So let me try and play it. Cheers, 182. That is tricky, especially at that tempo. I think I made a little mistake halfway through that one. Played a different pattern, but I rescued it. So that was not nice. Let's go down to 170 for the reversing version of this. Yeah, very tricky. Alright, next one. This is exercise 33. We're almost there now. 180. This is a simple one. This is an easy one after those last two, which were tricky. all too easy or too easy. I don't know what Darth Vader said when he captured Luke Skywalker. You know, they put him in the thing to be frozen in carbonite. Oh, too easy. And of course he escaped. It was awesome. Right, here's 200 BPM. Yeah, cranking it. And then the last one here, exercise number 34, I believe is, yeah, it's a stolen pattern from Yngwie Malmsteen. Wingy Marmite, I used to call him. Wingy Marmite. Love him or hate him. Mostly hate him these days, I suppose. Anyway, let's do 180 and then we'll crank 200, right? Here we go. Right, good enough. And then I think this one we can crank to 200. Let's see. Last set, best set, as they say. 200 BPM. Right guys, well that concludes this section, which is 2-string fragments, and now we're going to move on to 2-string lines. OMG.